Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and this is my Wanderer right here. I actually bought this machine about 9 years ago, brand new, and 3 years ago I sold it. I wasn't really using it much. It was actually primarily as my backup machine, and I used it for commercial, that is, and because I prefer to use the CX-17 for various reasons, but my wife really likes this machine. When she would work with me on jobs, she always liked to use it. I don't like the vertical handle thing here, and then pushing on this thing, the pump, for a few hours when you're doing a big commercial job. Well, I get a cramp in my hand, and that's, you know, who wants a cramp? Anyway, I've done a few modifications to it, and the most obvious being that there's a light on it, and you can see how neat that is because it really highlights the name. It looks pretty neat, and it's actually 2 LED panels, and they are underneath. It really puts out a lot of light, and the transformer is inside of here, and I kind of replumbed it because originally it had the kind of the stiff plastic straight hoses and then 2 jets. So I changed it over to the that's actually an air hose line, and they work fine, but there's no real pressure on there because once it's past the pump, there's no pressure. And a single jet, which just adjusts out of the way if you want, or if you bump into something, so that's easy. What else did I do? Oh, this works as a hanger for spray bottle, so that's handy. The switch, the original switch, it kind of fell apart, and this was the one they sent me, which was different than this. So the original cap that was on there wouldn't work, so I had to sort of Mickey Mouse that. I found dealing with Orbot people a little difficult. Anyway, that was years ago. Hopefully they've got their act together better, but I've been buying stuff through truck mount forums lately. They seem to be a little more on the ball, getting the right thing that I asked for. Anyway, what else did I do? Oh, the bearing, right. I'll turn it on, and notice how smooth that is? That bearing that's in there has been there for years. Of course, it's been sitting for 3 years, but before that, it was probably at least 2 or 3 years. Oh, yeah, no, at least 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years that bearing has been in there. Now, it hasn't been used all that much, but what I discovered when I bought the machine, I had a couple of issues with it. Pretty early on, the bearing started to make a noise, and when I pulled it apart to take out what was happening, I realized that there was a flaw in the design, in the manufacturing, and the bearing race, which looks like that, wasn't quite like the one I'm holding in my hand, because if you take a look on this race, you'll notice there's a shoulder there. I had these made. There's 3 of them. One is on the machine, and this is what it looks like with the bearing in. It presses in and bumps up against the shoulder, holds it in there really snug, and as you can see, it's been lasting a long time. There's the center piece for the attachment to the motor. What they had done is there was no shoulder on the way, so just imagine this without the shoulder. And what they had done is they, on the back side, where the bearing rests up here, they had just peeled the edge over with a hammer and iron bar or whatever, I guess. And that was all that was holding it. It was like, you know, every inch or so there was a peened over edge of the aluminum just sort of holding the bearing in place. And that's just not enough for the amount of vibration and the energy that's going through this whole arrangement here. So I took it into a machine shop and I showed them what they had made, and I said, can you mill this using billet aluminum and make the shoulder with a shoulder on it? And they did that, and it worked. It's worked absolutely perfectly. Drilled in the threads and everything, and it is so snug. And notice how quiet that is. So I don't know. I assume that the newer machines, both the newer Orbot and the Vibe they now make, they must have improved that. I assume they did. But anyway, if they haven't, and you've got one that has peened over edges, you can get that. You can have it milled, or maybe Orbot. The Orbot people have a better replacement for that. Now, when I went and picked up this machine, I also got my old Von Schroeder dry foam extraction upholstery cleaning machine back, and discovered that rats had got into the bag, and I think into the machine, because a couple of the hoses have been chewed through, it looks like. And they even chewed on the boot that's over the switch here. That was brand new. I replaced that before I sold it to my buddy there in Abbotsford. So anyway, I just disinfected all that with ClO2. What else did we get? Oh, yes. Now the other thing we got was, see if I can get this apart. I got this rotary back, which actually is that upholstery machine and this rotary are actually going to somebody else. I'm just holding it for and going over everything, making sure it's all working well for him. He's going to be picking up in about a week, I think. This is a 2-speed. I bought it years ago, and I didn't use it much. I did a little bit, but it's an interesting machine. It's actually, I believe, made by Kent, and it has what's interesting about it is the sound it makes. Oh look, it's got a red light. Tells you there's power there. It's handy. Anyway, check this out. And speed control is right here. So there's low speed, obviously, and there's high speed. So it's got quite almost a turbine sound. It was like that right from the first that I got it, so apparently that's fine. And of course I have lights on there. Those are LEDs, and I like having lights. So the fellow that is picking this up, he'll have the lights on there and the light on the, oh, mind you, I'm going to keep this for now, although I might sell it to him down the road, we'll see. So that's what I did yesterday. Took a road trip down to Abbotsford and back. That was I picked up this equipment. We picked up a whole pile of pads. I've got like 19 Superzorb pads that came with this. I think originally there was 20, but he only had 19 there, I think. So anyway, and a bunch of, we had some green stripe pads that I'd given him originally, a bunch of 2-ways, some microfiber scrub strips. We got some cleaning solution out of it, and all in all, quite a good pile of equipment and supplies, because the fellow that's buying this machine and the upholstery machine, he's been a steam cleaner for a few years, and he's seen the light, and he's very eager to switch over to low moisture. And I'm just giving him some help along the way, and guiding him into making the right purchases and things, so he doesn't buy things that aren't going to be just right for him. So he's going to have this machine. He does have another rotary, but it's a Clark, and it's way heavier than this thing. This is actually surprisingly light for a, anyway, so he's going to be using this one for his residential anyway. And that's just going to be his upholstery machine. And yeah, that's so I'm helping him out a little bit. So that's the story. And well, I liked it. So I just need to fix. What am I going to fix? Oh yeah, I have to fix some. Oh, the wheels are very stiff. I guess it's been. I need to oil the wheels, and I need to fix the hoses on the Von Schroeder. Replace a couple of hoses, and I'm going to be doing a little tweak to the vacuum that he picked up. He picked up a Kirby as well, and we're going to modify that for him. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. So, and this is my very organized workshop and all kinds of tools and stuff. Vacuums and cleaning machines, and my wide area vacuum here. A CX-17 under here, Hoover Conquest. This is actually a Orbot wheels up, and I have the frame and everything for the wheels down version of that, so I could switch back and forth if one wanted to. There's another Orbot motor sitting there. My backup rotary, my brand new rotary. Those are both MD180s. That one has never been run. Or other than me running for a few seconds, but it's literally brand new. And all kinds of treasures. Another Kirby sitting back there, and I have a Pro Team. The Kirby there. There's actually one under here as well, and my other MD180, which is in the process of having a complete rebuild. There's the new powder coated frame and everything, and so anyway, I'll be fiddling around the garage today. So that's that's the story on the Orbot, which is it's interesting to see it back again. I never expected to see it again, but there you go. And we'll see how that works out. I'm remembering again how smooth these machines are. They're a nice machine. I don't like the ergonomics much. One thing I don't like is when you go to stop and you're gonna flip the pad, you have to grab that handle down here and then lift it up like that, and then kick back to pull your pad off. Whereas with the CX, you just stop and literally just pull the machine back and the head just flips up. Minor detail, but anyway. And I don't like these. The first time when I had it at first, after about a month, it tipped over or tilted in the van, bumped up against something, and cracked one of these things. So I had to replace those right away. But I think they've made them better now too. I think they're stronger, but I think I'll replace this machine with a Vibe before too long. Maybe I'll sell off this to my buddy there and I'll pick up a Vibe. We'll see. No panic. This is a fine machine. And oh, I do have the weight kit. Right here it is over here. And it certainly works better with the weight kit because the head weight on these is really too light. So anyway, I'm going to fiddle around in the garage today and see if I can get things all organized and fixed up and ready to go for the cleaning season. Right now is winter, snow everywhere, but now is the time to get everything ready for the next couple of months down the road when things start to thaw out and the phone starts getting busier again. Anyway, so there we go.